Well, good morning. Well, dinner time. And what we're going to be doing in this one is carrying on with the shower. I want to get that done and finished, so it's a big purge now on getting that done. It's been a terrible day here. It's chucked it down with rain all morning, non-stop. So it's a good job I'm inside at the moment. We'll pop into the big shed and push on with the shower. Well, there we go. That's the second tier in. All in and fitted. I've not welded it up yet, I've just tacked it all together just to make sure everything fits, and we're good to go. It sits nicely, if I can get you over here, sits nicely on the crossbars, just sitting on all three nicely, so I'm quite pleased with that. Second tier in. I've just got to weld it up now, put the crossbars in, and then we'll start on the third tier. We're getting somewhere now. Well, yet again, good morning everybody. So it's pressing on with the Bakki Shower today. Get this last section built and we're well on the way then. I've just got to put the egg crate supports in on all of them, but I can do that from the bottom. I won't need any on the bottom one because I'm going to let the media go right down to the bottom. But I've got the other two to do, so I've got all my bits cut. It was quite handy while that CNC was routing that plaque out, so I've got all these cut, so it's just a matter of getting them together and getting them welded up. I'm going to push on and see how far we can get today. There we go guys, the shower is actually built. All I've got left now is the plumbing. Just the plumbing to do. I've got to get the waste in, get that sorted out. Then the spray bar on the top, got to get that in and done. Steve's kindly said I can have the one out of his. Just make sure it's long enough. Bless him, I'll have that. It'll be handy if it fits. But we're all done, all the welding's done. Just the plumbing to go in. Rightio. Just to show you quickly, I got my egg crate this morning. I got that from Discount Leisure Products. It's the 12mm, it's the thicker stuff, which is really good for this job. So I got that in there. I've got the middle box there. It's all got the egg crate in and ready to go. And I've got the bottom as you can see, all plumbed in. So it's just the top spray bar now. It's like a pop down Steve's. Just the top spray bar now to go. So we're getting there. It's all gone pretty well, really. That's it at the moment. That's how things are. Well, good morning one and all again. What we're working on this morning is the top box. So this is the one that fits on top of the tier with the spray bar in. Now what I've actually done is made some plates up for either end. These are fixed. They're not actually fixed. They're tacked at the moment, so they're in position, and that's where the spray bar is going through. So let me just see if I can get the spray bar and show you. Just give me 1 second. So the spray bar will actually fit. It's not easy looking through the camera trying to put this in. The spray bar will actually fit in like so, around there. That's how the spray bar is going to get fitted. Now that's going to be in there all the time, that's permanent, and I'm now going to make a lid to go over the top. But I'm not actually fixing any of this, I'm not welding it, I'm only tacking it, because like I've said, you can undo a tack with a Stanley knife. But that's how the spray bar is going to fit in there, like so. And that will sit there permanent so that I can just lift the lid off. Plus I don't lose any room. If I'd have put the spray bar in the end, I'd have lost a lot of room for media. This would have been 2 or 3 inches further down, but I wouldn't have been able to get that much media in the top there. That's why I've done this bit of a extension, lifting it that little bit higher. So they're tacked in place. I'm not welding them at all yet. I'm now going to build the lid. I'm going to get the lid on. I'm going to get that built, see how everything fits, tack it all together, and once I'm satisfied we can do a bit of welding and get it all welded up. But this is the final stretch now. We're on the home straight, so I'm going to press on now and get the lid built. Right, I've cut my 2 pieces for the lid. I wanted 3, but I'm one of these short. I haven't quite got enough PP to make another one of them, so I'm hoping I've got enough bits. I might have to do just a little bit of a bodge on the back and weld 2 pieces together. I don't really fancy ordering another sheet just for 1 piece like that. But there you go, we'll see how I can get on with that. I'm going to get this front bit fixed first. I'll get it welded and made and then see where I can go from there. I'm going to tack that together, and then I shall put some supporting bits in the middle, a couple of supporting bits inside, just to keep it all square and solid. So I'll get that tacked together and we'll go from there. Right guys, still working on the lid here. Now I hadn't got enough PP or length of PP, so I'm having to make the piece for this back bit of the lid out of 3 separate pieces, I'm afraid. 1, 2, 3. I hadn't got a length long enough to do that, so I've had to cut 3 pieces. Bit of a bodge, but there's not a lot I can do about it. So I'm going to get them welded together and then we'll get it fitted. See how we go. I'm just waiting for the gun to warm up. I've got my strip of PP that I've got to join to put in this back section. As soon as the gun's warm, I'm going to tack it both sides and then I'm going to weld it down the 2 joins. I'm only going to weld it on this side, I think that'll do. I've got my level in here, my stirrup level. That's to keep everything straight as we weld it. I don't know whether you can see them, I'll just zoom in a little bit. Let's just move you around. I think you can see the 2 grooves. But that's what I'm going to do. As soon as the gun's up to temperature, I'll get it done. To stop him moving this way, is just right back there if I can reach it. Keep that clamp there, now they can't move at all. So what I'm going to do for a start is hold this down and put a run down there. Okay, the lid is done, that's all done. There is a slight gap there, but that's fine because this wants to draw air in if possible to help the bacteria. That's why you have these gaps around here, because it wants to draw air basically if it can. All your aerobic bacteria rely on having a supply of air, so you do want the gaps around them to let the air through. Now if I take the lid off, Steve at Cat and Eye Koi, bless him, he gave me this, and thank you for that, Steve. Really appreciated, mate. That was saved me a lot of work. He had 1,000ml Bakki Shower, and he made his own spray bar for that, so it came in from both sides instead of just one down the middle. So what I've done, because this was too long, now the holes start here, so I want that at the feed end. So that's where I want to connect to. So if we put this in, if I can get it in, put that into the Bakki Shower, you can see the holes come right to the end there. So I want this end, so obviously I can attach to it. Now this end I'm going to cut off, which is the waste I don't want. I'm going to try to reclaim this cap if I can. Put the cap back on the other end, so hopefully that should work. So I can get it cut to length then, that's the thing. I think I'm looking at somewhere like that where it wants to be, about there, so I should want that much taken off, 2 or 3 inches to come off. Then I can still connect to this end, plus I've got no holes here then, so I can come back a little bit actually. If I cut it off somewhere there, the cap will seal these holes and it should fit straight in. So what I'm going to do is heat all this inside up, take the inside out and try to reuse the cap. So that's my next job. You can do this with these. This is a used cap I've just sawn off the end of that. If you heat all this inside up with a heat gun and then just slowly prise this away, I should be able to get that inside out so that I can reuse it. So I'll be back with you in a moment. Okay, let's see if we can get this end out. I've got a gun, I've got a small screwdriver and my bent pliers. Let's see what we can do. Now we're just softening the inside and not trying to soften the outside if possible. Here it goes. I don't know whether you guys can see. I'll try to do it the other way around. Not sure whether I can do it left-handed. So you can see that is starting now to soften up. Just be careful you don't damage the outside. That's the thing with this. And it's getting the heat right down to the bottom. I'm not very good left-handed. I've just got to get it through down to the bottom is the main thing. So we get it all. Once it starts to get really hot, keep taking your heat away. The bottom, right down in the bottom, that's the problem. Getting that hot enough. Right, I think we're through. Let's just try prising it up if we can to get a start. Don't want to tighten this vice too much, else I'll distort it. But once we get it out, if we can get the pliers in, we can start peeling it round. And there we go. Okay, that's it. So what I'm going to do is put that straight back on the pipe so that we keep it shape basically. Okay, not too bad. We'll let that cool. Once it's cooled, I'll tap it off and we've saved that stop end. Well, that's it. All done. Spray bars in, the outlets in, all ready to be plumbed in. I'm quite pleased with that. It's come out quite well. The lid's finished, everything's done now. It's all ready to go in place and get it up and running. So now I've got to look how to plumb it in and get the river out. That's for another day, but we're done and finished. Well, good morning. Not quite such a good morning this morning. It was a good day yesterday. It was quite mild and we did see a little bit of sunshine, but really overcast today. We've had a couple of showers already. There's not a lot we can do about the weather. Now the Bakki River, as you can see down the bottom there, we'll go and have a look. It's all done and finished, but I've been contacted by Mountain Tree, and what they've actually said is, can they sponsor the media in my Bakki Shower? Which I certainly said yes you can. So now I've got to wait for the media for that, but I've also got to get all the bits to pipe it in, so it's got to be piped in yet obviously, and I've got to get all the bits for that. Mountain Tree, which is very kind of them, are sending me the media for it. I'm not quite sure how much, but I'm not bothered if I only get sort of 1 or 2 boxes full, because I've got the sipper axe in the river to put in if I want to, and I've also got just under a box of the Bakki House media, so I've got plenty of media to make it up, so I'm not too worried. It's all ready and sitting there to go in. It's just going to be a matter, I've got a bit to do in the filter house. I've got to take a couple of shelves out. I'm going to lose a couple of shelves over this. I'm not quite sure where I'm going to put all the stuff that's on them. But there you go. Everything else is fine, all's good. I'm about to go into the workshop to do a bit more pottering about. As it's not brilliant weather at the moment, there's not too much going on, but like I say, we had a good day yesterday. I'm afraid that brings us to the end of another video, so all it leaves me to say is you all take care, stay safe and happy ponding.